Welcome back, everybody. It is great to be with you. We have so much to talk about. This is going to be one of those shows. Just buckle up, get ready. I hope you have some time on your hands because we have a lot to talk about. Let's start with Trump is launching a tour where he's going to go do campaign-style rallies to convince people that actually affordability, which he calls a scam, a Democratic hoax, that actually he's doing great on affordability, despite it being a hoax. Later in the show, we'll hear him say that the economy is A plus, 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 plus. That's his grade for the economy. So if the economy were indeed A plus, 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 then why would there be such a big problem you have to go out and campaign on? Everyone would just feel that, right? And so it's this weird combination of factors where you would think maybe he's going out to say what he's going to do on affordability. Not so much. If you tuned into this rally, as I'll show you a bunch of clips from, and an interesting moment that took place will be our first clip where a waitress came on stage and said something I found fascinating. But he actually is not saying, here's what I'm going to do. He's just trying to gaslight everyone into believing he did everything perfectly already and they should just be happy with it, which is a strange campaign style for sure. Just saying, oh, you're not satisfied based on all the polls with the state of the economy, my policies, and you don't trust me on the economy? Well, you should. So that's kind of what this tour is going to be. But watch this. Supposedly a supporter of Trump's named Donna, a waitress, comes on stage and kind of refutes Trump's entire narrative. Purposefully or not, I don't know. But watch, she sums it up. She believed in all of his promises about day one, things are going to start getting better, and they've gotten worse.
My name is Donna, and I can't believe I'm up here on this stage. I'm a single mom. I'm a single mom who has lived in Pennsylvania for the past 20 years. And I've been a waitress all my life. Started when I was 15 years old. I've always enjoyed it and used to waitressing, made good money. But lately, my money doesn't mean to stretch that far. Pretty much everything I make goes towards paying the bills.
So I'm sure her broader message was she loves Trump. I don't know, but that clip is really powerful. She goes up on stage at his rally to say things haven't gotten better. They've gotten worse. Used to, I was able to make good money. Now those dollars aren't going so far. Despite Trump saying all through the campaign season, day one, prices are going to come down, which we always knew to be a bogus promise, but people believed him. And even hearing her talk there was kind of sad because I feel like when the campaign season was going on, I was going to so many of these rallies and talking with people. We've talked to so many Donnas. We've talked to many Donnas who I would try to explain why their belief in Trump wasn't based in rationality and that they probably should look a little bit more into what he's actually saying he's going to do substantively, not just the big, bold promises. And they would kind of just blankly look at me and go, no, he's going to fix everything for me. And she just admitted there he hasn't. At his rally, where he's trying to tell everyone he has. Now let's go through other parts of this. While we do, click the subscribe button if you appreciate the show. Millions of people watch every single week who are not subscribed. 60.5% over the last 7 days. Not subscribed. Click the subscribe button. And let's take a deep dive into this rally. It's been a while since we've done a rally video. I feel like I'm back in 2024. Ugh.
Yeah. You don't need $37 for your daughter. 2 or 3 is nice, but you don't need $37. So we're doing things right. We're running this country right.
So his thesis for how he's running the country correctly is that you guys have been getting too many dolls. Now that you can't afford them, that's probably better for you anyways. Your daughters are getting a little bit spoiled, Donna. Yeah, I heard what you said. The economy's great, Donna. Maybe you're just not working hard enough. Maybe your daughters got spoiled with $30. And at a different part, he said, and 30 pencils. You only need 2 pencils. Now this one, you know that Ted Cruz soundbite? Could you play that for us, Cole?
Let's stop attacking pedophiles.
And you're like, I'm sure he didn't mean to say that. Trump had one of those.
For minors, do we love minors? I love minors.
Yeah. Now, of course, I'm sure he was talking about coal miners or miners of something in that.
We're doing coal.
Yeah. On that front, but it sounds off in a moment like this. Maybe
I love minors.
Wow, we already have it on the soundboard. That was quick. You can get your All I Got for Christmas is Clean, Beautiful Coal. Producer Cole's right there.
Clean, beautiful coal.
By going to lukebeasleymerch.com. A limited time only holiday merch drop. It's epic. Then you have this.
Europe. On day one, I ended the war on Pennsylvania Energy. I just terminated something that was...
Yeah, the Constitution. Now, here's something a lot of people picked up on at this rally. Something was going on with one of the guys standing behind Trump. It looks like he's trying to break the record for how wide open his mouth can get. Like, I don't know. I picture... No, I won't necessarily say that, but it's like he's trying to get his mouth to be a plane hanger and the biggest Boeing is about to fly in there. Watch how funny he finds Trump.
But bitch, she's always complaining. But
that's not real. What is his deal? It just kept happening throughout the event.
Who destroyed our country? If we didn't come along.
Who laughs like that? I thought Tucker's laugh was the weirdest. But it would be a lot creepier if, can you get ready to play that? If Tucker's laugh was like this. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Who destroyed our country?
Oh, that hurt my jaw. I think I unhinged my jaw. Now, this one, just get ready. You're going to get a little nauseous. Trump has a very particular way he likes to compliment his press secretary, Caroline Leavitt.
When she goes on television, Fox, they dominate. They dominate when she gets up there with that beautiful face and those lips that don't stop, up, like a little machine gun.
Okay. Then on a darker note, you have this.
And we had a meeting. And I say, why is it we only take people from shithole countries, right? Why can't we have some people from Norway, Sweden, just a few? Let us have a few. From Denmark, do you mind sending us a few people? Send us some nice people, do you mind? But we always take people from Somalia, places that are a disaster, right? Filthy, dirty, disgusting, ridden with crime. The only thing they're good at is going after ships.
So, even setting aside the hate that is attached to that, 2 takeaways. Three takeaways. Number 1, every time he starts getting panicked about the perception of him and his governance, he has to pick who's going to be the scapegoat, who he's going to divert people's eyes to. And so right now, it's the Somalians. And that's his whole, look back on his whole political history. When he starts struggling in some way, right now he's sending out long posts saying it's treasonous and sedition? Yeah, kind of. I guess that's the right word. For people to report on him, quote unquote, slowing down, that's sedition, he says. Whenever it's the economy isn't as good as he likes to pretend that it is, A++++++, he has to think of someone else to blame problems on, and right now it's Somalians. That's point 1. Point 2 is he previously claimed that the meeting he had way back in his first term, where it was reported that he called countries shithole countries, he had previously denied that's what he said, but he just confirmed it on stage.
Now, I just want to remind you that when those comments were reported by CNN, by the Washington Post, by other outlets, the White House, Trump denied it. Let me just play that denial.
Did you see what various senators in the room said about my comments? They were amazed. No, I'm not a racist. I am the least racist person you have ever interviewed. That I can tell you.
So, and actually, I'll get to my point 3 in a second here, but he further substantiated the point that he's the least racist person that anyone has ever seen during this rally. Let's see how compelled we are.
She said, how dare you say that about me? It's discrimination. Let me tell you, black people love Trump. I got the biggest vote. I got the biggest vote with black people. They know a scam better than any.
Look at all those black people. Okay. So, I don't know. Take that for what you want to. But all I'm going to say, y'all know that I like to criticize the substance of people's arguments. And because a lot of center-right people turn their ears off whenever you use the R word, the racist word, I try to stay away from it and just argue why it's damaging what someone's saying, just so they don't turn their ears off. But let me just put it this way. I have never known someone who is not racist to say, I'm the least racist person ever. I've just never seen it. I'm not saying anything about anyone. I'm saying I have never heard someone who I'm like, that person's definitely not racist, say to me, I'm the least racist person ever. You know? Because that's kind of a weird comparison. Shouldn't a lot of people be 0% racist? So it's kind of a weird comparison. Like, I'm negative racist. I love black people, so especially. Meaning I'm negative racist. And then point 3 on that earlier clip is even his point of where immigration comes from at higher levels. They always like to point to. Now, you could say he's doing a racial point there, but even if you detach that, do you remember the countries he cited? He's saying Sweden, Norway. They'll always cite countries that align way more with his political opponents' progressive policies than his policies. And why would people not immigrate as much from those countries? Because they're wealthier countries who have high standards of living and extensive social safety nets. So there wouldn't be a reason to move here. They have the opportunities and the structure, economic opportunities that they need there. And a part of it is because those countries have, for a bunch of reasons, resources, history, etc., but then in modern history have implemented policies that we advocate for. Enhanced social safety net policies we advocate for, and Trump's side argues against, which then is going to keep people wanting to live there. Interesting subpoint there. And a lot of the rally was him doing what he calls the weave, which is him just kind of rambling through different points that you struggle to understand.
Weave.
Yeah.
And we all love Elon. Elon was up here campaigning, right?
He said you were in the Epstein files. Okay.
But I said, Elon, I think electric cars are great, but not everybody wants an electric car. And I ended the insane electric vehicle mandate where everybody was supposed to have an electric car by the year like 2030 or some ridiculous year like that. It's just not going to be that way. I don't think it'll be some like hybrids, some kind of like gasoline powered.
Now, before we watch the rest of this ramble, I was looking for a new car. I haven't had a car in a while. We lived in DC. I didn't really have a car there. Then we came back here and I was waiting to get a car. Finally got a car. And I thought, I'm a liberal pundit. What am I going to do? Get a F-150? That's just not, that wouldn't seem right. So I got an electric car, fully electric. Beautiful. And for the first time in my life, I'll just be sitting at a gas station for snacks, not for gas, because it's electric fully, or the charging station. I'll be going through a drive-thru, and hot people will just walk up and start taking their clothes off and leap onto the car. And they have this sexual attraction to the fact that I'm driving this electric vehicle. Truly. And they're like, please, Mr. President, What's the soundbite? Please come, President Trump. Please come.
Please come, President Trump. They're begging us to come.
They say that, but Mr. Luke, they say this. All because of my electric car. I say no thank you. And
Many of them came numerous times. Everybody's coming.
It's paid off for me, baby. My electric vehicle.
I mean, the nice thing about gasoline is we have 2,000 years worth of we have more gasoline, we have more oil and gas than any country anywhere in the world. Is that right? And they want us to go to batteries. Let's go to batteries. We don't have battery content. So let's go to batteries, according to these morons that were in our country. Let's not use oil and gas, which we have more than any country in the world. Let's go to batteries. Well, we have to go to the Congo and get it from China. But I actually stopped the war with Congo and Rwanda, and they said to me, please, please, we would love you to come and take our minerals, which we'll do.
Why does he always speak like that? Does he know he's doing that? The Congo came to him and they said, this is his wording, please come and take our minerals. Compelling story. We're going to address the I ended a bunch of wars thing later in the end of the show. There's an interesting compilation if you actually go one by one and analyze each war, quote unquote war, and it disproves his point badly. Then you have this.
So it's November 5th, and it's also, again, it's a thing called tariffs. And I told you, I was about to say that, because I love the weave. The weave. You know what the weave is? You go here, bing, 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 bing. You always have to get back to the right location.
Mm-hmm. All right. He was, I think, as his mind is diminishing, I think ultimately by the end of his term, he's going to just be speaking in noises. Like not even, what are those called? Those like bam, pow. There's a word for them. People are going to be like, oh,
bing,
Luke.
bing, bong, bong, bing, bing, bing.
There's a word for those types of words, but he's just going to be making action noises. Yeah, look up bang, pow, what type of word that's called.
Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the 45th and 47th President of the United States. Bing, bing, pow. Wow. Boing, boing. Jam. Yay. That's good. I'm telling you, it's my prediction. Bookmark this, save it later. That's going to be his whole speech by the end of this thing once his brain fully melts. Did you find it?
Onomatopoeia.
Yes, onomatopoeia. I was thinking that, but I didn't want to botch it in case that wasn't it. That's it. Onomatopoeia. Pia. Okay, then this.
Some countries played a little cute, and we just gave them right out of a tariff money. Cost us nothing. Right out of the hundreds of billions that we've taken in, we gave the farmers a little help, $12 billion, and they are so happy. And all they want is a level playing field, and now it's happening.
So Trump's trade wars destroyed farmers' lives and their livelihood. And so as a consolation prize, instead of systemically fixing the problem, he's giving them a short-term handout. And then he wants them to say, thank you, President Trump. So Trump didn't do a very good job of explaining what it is he's going to do to address the fact that Americans have soured already on his handling of the economy. And his best argument is things are great, bing, 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 a fish, grrr, and just give your kids less stuff. Stop giving them so many dolls. That, I don't know, maybe that'll work. Biden was out there going, I feel like we've done a lot of things and the pandemic caused a lot of problems and we've done our best to address them and we've outpaced all the other countries in response, but I still understand there's so much more to do and that wasn't enough. If Americans were not good for that of like, but there is still a lot that we have to do, and they are okay with, you're fine, shut up, then I'll be very confused. But it seems like they're not okay with it. But maybe Trump's just the wrong messenger. Maybe we have to look to somebody else who is addressing affordability issues. Here is the transportation secretary being asked, okay, under your purview, you have airports. Is there anything you're doing to address prices at airports? Because you get stuck in these buildings and then they charge you $100 for a water bottle, for a Kit Kat, for an onomatopoeia. $100 for an onomatopoeia. What? And are you doing anything on that, Duffy? Let's listen.
The airline's purview, how they're going to respond to this. And I think they have some ideas of what they're thinking through to improve the experience. But no, this is not about mandates. This is not requirements. This is a conversation about, could we offer healthier options? Could we support nursing mothers? How do we make the experience as we all travel together just a little bit better? That's the conversation we're having, but I'm not cramming this down anyone's throat at all. Yeah.
Right here with your question, can you any steps we think it's lower costs of
So the question is lowering the cost of food in airports, and again, it's interesting. It's market demand and supply. They have people, pretty tightly contained, and there's not a lot of options. And so I don't have a plan to reduce costs. What I am trying to do is provide healthier options for people. And again, who doesn't love a greasy burger at the airport? I know I do. Sometimes you're grabbing, chips. But are there options when you want that healthy choice that you can have access to? Because whenever I make those bad choices, I always feel...
I love when they try to act like they're in touch. Hey, listen, I get it. Sometimes you want a greasy burger. Sometimes you want chips. What is this? M&M's? Okay, you want those? Yeah, but maybe you need something healthier, you fatty. Listen, fat. We got to get that on the soundboard. But he doesn't have a plan for airports prices. Okay, all right, well, So let's just get squared away. You are working on making people dress nicer at the airport. That's one of his initiatives. You are working on, and you have successfully rolled back a Biden era regulation that would have forced airlines to reimburse people if there's really bad delays. Reimburse them just cash for bad delays instead of all the weird, well, you can get a meal ticket that you can use in the airport if you want to sleep here. And also you could use a credit later on a different flight if we can rebook. No, just cash if there's bad delays. They got rid of that. So you won't have that financial support. But they might make you or encourage you to dress nicer, and maybe they'll put a gym in the airport. Could we start with re-implementing the thing you just rolled back with the cash reimbursements? That would be a much bigger difference maker. That was a lot of words that I don't know if they came out correctly. Than a pull-up bar.
Went through the shutdown. Then we had the Thanksgiving travel. Everyone was worried about how that was going to affect our travel. Now we have Christmas traveling coming up in, a week and a half, 2 weeks? Mm-hmm. So you had Sean Duffy, our transportation secretary, and you had RFK Jr. at the Reagan National Airport yesterday.
Right.
And they were talking about how they're announcing this $1 billion in funding, the supportive initiative. And first, let you hear from both of them announcing this, and then we'll show you what they did after. Watch.
I'm announcing at DOT that we have $1 billion in funding for grant programs to make the experience better in airports. It might be, I want to expand the play areas for kids. I want additional nursing pods for nursing mothers.
No, Sean. No. I like seeing them nursing out in the hallway. Bobby's standing behind him. You look how grumpy he looks at that part. Don't put them in pods. I want them out in the open. Ask. Nope.
Maybe I want a workout area where people might get some blood flow and doing some pull-ups or some step-ups in the airport.
I fly typically over the past 30 years, probably average 250 days a year in airports, and I can tell you, this is where healthy diets go to die. It's deep fried food, it's sugar bombs, it's ultra processed foods. And one of the things that...
There's always salads at airports. Those little packaged salads. They taste like bleach, but they're there. They're there. A little turkey and cheese sandwich. I don't know if that's healthy, but it's there. But did you hear the reference there? They have, just hold, okay, because this is interesting. They're proud of a $1 billion financial package that they're rolling out to give to airports to upgrade the airports. That sounds great. You'll never guess where that money came from. And it's not Somalia. I don't know. I was trying to connect that back to Trump's thing. It's Biden. It's Joe Biden. Oh, that was crazy. We synced so much. And yeah. So whenever I told you about Biden upgrading airports, you know what happens whenever it takes a long time to implement such programs? Then Trump's administration gets to take credit for it. But how are they going to use some of that money? Maybe airport gyms.
President Trump and I are working on that. By the way, just a quick note, Brian. We hired a project manager. In 5 minutes, Donald Trump saved us $200 million on that contract. He's remarkable. But as people travel through our skies, we want to have the most enjoyable experience for them. And we know that we have families and nursing mothers. Someone might want to come through and do a couple pull-ups. We're open to any ideas that
the nursing mother? It's not like he was saying the nursing mother is going to do some pull-ups.
airports have to make the experience better as Americans travel.
No one needs a pull-up bar. Even if you like doing pull-ups, which I do, obviously. I can do a lot of them. A lot. With the little support thing. No. Who's going to do them in an airport? In an airport? In front of a bunch of people. Hey, check this out. Pow, pow. And then get all sweaty. They're gonna get big pit stains so that you can go sit next to someone in your flight and smell like RFK Jr. No one wants to smell like RFK Jr. on a flight. Also, in airports, people are walking around a bunch. They're already getting some walking time. Who's gonna go to the airport pull-up bar? I don't know. But yeah, they're really proud of their grant system that came from, at least in large part, Biden's infrastructure bill that they all railed against. Speaking of rails, here is RFK Jr. doing pull-ups on a pull-up bar.
Yes, sir. 1, 2, 3. Wait. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Okay, it's annoying because that's kind of impressive. It's annoying because that's kind of impressive. So next time you're at the airport, maybe RFK will be there doing pull-ups. And don't be mad that when you have a more than 3 hour delay, they're not going to give you any financial reimbursement because you could spend that 3 hours getting fit. Listen, fat. Just get fit. You don't need reimbursement. Sorry, the clips are going crazy.